This is basically the mouth of the Dragon where it begins the 318 curves at 11 miles.
Jared Millsaps knows the Dragon well. He's up here a few times each month in an unmarked vehicle trying to stop motorcycle riders from taking dangerous risks on the roadway's serpentine switchbacks.
The speed limit is 30 miles an hour until you get to the North Carolina line. It's also double yellow all the way into North Carolina, which means it's a no passing zone.
But many riders don't obey those rules. We saw one in action.
There it goes. See? You do understand that this is a double yellow line from state to state through there, right?
This driver didn't want to talk to us on camera, but said he got wrapped up in the adrenaline rush of the ride and made a risky mistake.
Then it could have been a major accident.
Sergeant Randy Ailey sees this all the time.
The major factor is the speed. They come up here and a lot of them think it's their personal racetrack. One told me this morning, if you're going to play the game, you better be prepared to pay the price. And he said he was.
Sheriff's deputies patrol the Dragon 7 days a week and stop up to 15 drivers each day. With 4 accidents on Monday alone and more riders on the way this week, Millsaps is advising everyone to think twice before taking risks.
But as long as people come up here to obey the speed limits, obey the laws that are here, then they're going to have a great time and enjoy themselves.
And thanks to Josh West for producing that story. The Governor's Highway Safety Office recently approved a $120,000 grant to pay for patrols on the Dragon.
I had a dream the other night that, well, I didn't understand. A figure walked in through the mist with a flintlock in his hand. His clothes were torn and dirty as he stood there by my bed. He took off his 3-cornered hat, and speaking low to me, he said, "We fought a revolution to secure our liberty. We wrote the Constitution as a shield from tyranny. For future generations, this legacy we gave. In this, the land of the free and home of the brave. The freedoms we secured for you, we'd hoped you'd always keep. But tyrants labored endlessly while your parents were asleep. Your freedom's gone, your courage lost, you're no more than a slave. In this, the land of the free and home of the brave. You buy permits to travel and permits to own a gun, permits to start a business or to build a place for one. On land that you believe you own, you pay a yearly rent, although you have no voice in saying how the money's spent. Your children must attend a school that doesn't educate, and your Christian values can't be taught according to the state. You read about the current news in a regulated press, and you pay a tax you do not owe to please the IRS. Your money is no longer made of silver nor of gold. You trade your wealth for paper so your life can be controlled. You pay for crimes that make our nation turn from God and shame. You've taken Satan's number. You've traded in your name. You've given government control to those who do you harm so they could burn down churches and seize the family farm and keep our country deep in debt, put men of God in jail, harass your fellow countrymen while corrupted courts prevail. Your public servants don't uphold the solemn oaths they've sworn, and your daughters visit doctors so their children won't be born. Your leaders send artillery and guns to foreign shores and send your sons to slaughter fighting other people's wars. Can you regain the freedoms for which we fought and died? Or don't you have the courage or the faith to stand with pride? And are there no more values for which you'll fight to save? Or do you wish your children to live in fear and be a slave? O sons of the Republic, arise, take a stand. Defend the Constitution, the supreme law of the land. Preserve our great republic and each God-given right. And pray to God to keep the torch of freedom burning bright. As I awoke, he'd vanished in the mist from whence he came. His words were true. We are not free, but we have ourselves to blame. For even now as tyrants trample each God-given right, we only watch and tremble, too afraid to stand and fight. If he stood by your bedside in a dream while you were asleep and wondered what remains of the freedoms he'd fought to keep, what would be your answer if he called out from the grave? Is this still the land of the free and home of the brave? God bless you, and God bless this republic.
District Attorney's Office, this is Sarah.
May I speak with Larry Holden?
Can I tell him who's calling?
John Lee, returning his call.
John Lee? Hold, please.
This is Larry Holden. How can I help you?
Yes, this is John Lee, returning your call from yesterday.
Yes, sir. I was just calling to tell you your case has been dismissed.
So that was an ex parte hearing on a motion for nolo proseq.
Yeah, Nolli prosecci is the Latin.
Prosecci.
But all that means is that the state doesn't wish to go forward.
And did the judge sign that order yet?
No, he just dismissed it. Yeah, he dismissed it yesterday. There's no order per se.
So I don't get a copy of the order?
You can if you come to the clerk's office. They'll be happy to.
So what's it called if it's not signed by the judge? It's just signed by the ADA?
No. The judge does sign the warrant. There's no separate orders. What I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
It's signed on the back of the warrant.
Gotcha.
In Sessions Court, we don't create separate orders for either judgments of guilt or orders of dismissal.
Oh, it's not the circuit court judge, it's the Sessions judge.
That's right. It was remanded back to Sessions for the purpose of dismissing the case.
Gotcha. And
that's why you didn't have to be dismissed without cost to you.
Why did you decide to dismiss it?
We felt that it wasn't. We just felt it was in the best interest of the public to dismiss it.